Yo. Oh my God. So I did not know this. I'm not live on Twitter right now.
Really?
They said we need a premium account to be subscribed on Twitter. Oh my God, this sucks balls.
Can you log in my account?
No, I don't know. Maybe we could, but Eric, we already started.
I know.
What the hell? They changed it up on me while we were gone.
Yeah.
Yo, this sucks. Oh,
Might have to.
that kind
I'll
of
have to
messed
try
up
to
my
figure it out.
mojo. That kind of messed up my mojo. Like I did not know that. I'm sitting up here. It says something about Facebook. We don't use Facebook, but now we need premium account on fucking Twitter. Like I don't have money to be giving these motherfuckers to stream.
Well, I wonder if we can just log under mine. I paid for it because I got so sick of reading all the ads and the junk.
Oh, this is fucking garbage. All right, so let me just put out a tweet real quick before we even try to get going. Let me put out a tweet. Let's see. How can I fucking do this shit? Oh, let's see.
I mean, is it worth trying to start over and not have me do it or something?
You would have to log on. I would have to see. Remember that thing you had before as an admin?
Yeah.
You would have to do that. On and so forth. And God damn it, that blows.
Because you can still do spaces.
You know what? As a matter of fact, we could do spaces, but let me just fucking verify. Let me just pay for this bullshit. This is fucking horseshit, bro. Like everything costs fucking money.
Dude, everybody's got their hand out everywhere
God
right now.
Damn it, bro. Like this upsets me to the utmost. Everywhere. Let me I'll make my page, since it's the bigger of the two page fucking premium. And then starting at $11. Bro, I think that's what this says. I'm pretty sure that's what this says. Hold on. Yeah, $11. So I have to pay $11. I have to pay $11 a month. An annual plan is $9.58 a month. This is crazy. We're supposed to be talking baseball, and I got to figure out how.
Yeah, that's what I did. I think I can't remember. I wanted to. I thought it was 100 and something. 100.
Yeah, it's 114.
Yeah.
Billed annually. $132 billed monthly.
And then it's gonna fuck up your whole Twitter feed too. Like you're gonna have two sides now. Like I have, it'll be like you'll hate it because now you'll have two sides.
I don't even know what that means. Like
you'll have like a premium side, and you'll have like your normal feed side.
You're finna upset me right now. I don't even know what the fuck to do right now. Like
I was gonna say, I wish I knew more. I could say you can log on mine, but
this is insane. And I really just want to fucking talk baseball right now. Oh my God, this fucking blows. Yo, for real. Like,
well, the good thing is,
and I don't even know my. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Let's go here. Oh my God, Eric. Like, we got a draft going live right the fuck now, and here I am fucking.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if
then they want to send me a code.
Who they took.
Send me a code, jackass. Oh, this fucking blows. Like I like we really, you know what, E, we're trying to fucking grow. And I guess this is a fucking part of it. This is a part of it. And I really don't want to pay for both, for the Juke Joint page and for my page. But for right now, that's what we're gonna do. Fuck, man. I mean, it's $11 each, so I guess.
Yeah, well, I'll chop it up.
Yeah,
I'll send it over to you.
yeah. No, it's not even that, bro. It's just like this is lame as hell. ID verification. What? ID verification. Check to see if your device. I'm skipping that shit. What the fuck? Hey, I guess. And I can't. It doesn't even matter. It won't do it right now. That's fucking lame. Eric, it won't do it instantly.
It won't?
Nope. Hold on. Let me see. Nope. It won't do it. It said you'll get your check mark soon.
But I know you might not have your check mark, but you should still be your premium.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. What did it say? Let me see if I got an email from these fucking guys. Let's see. Email. No email from. Oh shit! And they put it on my. They put it on. I wasn't even paying attention where they did it from. They put it on my Apple card. That's lame. God damn it! I did not want that to be the card to spin it around. That's lame. Oh, anyway. All right. So let's just I mean, I guess we're just gonna have to just hope people come over to YouTube. You know. And then we go from there. You know what I'm saying? E?
Yeah, like, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I think we just need to just go, man. Let me see. Let me just copy that link. Let me go over here.
They took another college pitcher in the 7th. Because what have the other guys been doing? Do they have premium or?
I don't. They haven't been recording in a while, so all the other guys, I guess we'll run into the same issue here in this.
Right.
You know, we haven't recorded in what, 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Yeah.
So it changed within that time. But I know it kept saying shit about Facebook, and so Greg, you know, on the refs call, he does his thing and he has his on the refs call, which is cool. Like, go ahead, you know, great. But now, like, I gotta verify for me. I gotta verify for the joint page. I gotta verify, you know, having you on there, so on and so forth. We'll figure it out, but we're already jumped up on StreamYard. So StreamYard bumped us up too, just so you know. So it's just like
everybody's got their hand out.
If we want to continue to do this thing, we got to pay money. We got to pay to play.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm almost done doing all this fucking due diligence. All right, fuck it. All right, here we go. So welcome. You are in Ray's Juke Joint. We are here on, I guess we're just on YouTube right now. You know, usually we on Twitter and YouTube at the same time, but it's all good. E, let's get into it. So the reason why we're here, we have we have a big project we're working on at this point in time, Eric and I, and we haven't really nailed down the specifics of the project, but the project will surround the White Sox and fantasy baseball. So
yes,
like our project is really to really get us into a different realm in the fantasy baseball world, and our project is to kind of parlay that with the future of the White Sox. So we're going to just keep working on it, and it's going to be coming. But we had to get this podcast out right now. We had to get this show out right now, due to the fact that the White Sox are drafting. And Eric, we were talking last night, and we were like, "What the fuck are the White Sox doing?" And then when the more we talked, the more we kind of started to see maybe where Chris Getz and the rest of the front office is going with this draft. What are you thinking right now? Let's not talk about the picks themselves, but just give me the mindset of the front office as we're moving over.
Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest 2 weeks. To be honest with you, it's probably going to define the whole Chris Getz era, possibly. I mean, when you're talking about the trade deadline along with this draft, I mean, you're talking about setting up the next few years. Now, the draft probably not as important as what happens at the trade deadline, but I think what you saw with the draft was replacing players are going to trade now.
Yeah.
To throw in with the same age group of kids that are going to be Schultz, going to be Thorpe, going to be maybe Nastrini, maybe Bush, maybe Elder, whoever kind of else comes out of that group is kind of what you saw. And then you saw today taking over, adding 3 straight college bats, then a 4th. I think the 4th was a move to maybe save some cap space. I think we might see him go after an expensive high school kid, a la how they kind of did with Wolcall last year.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens there. But they went 4 straight college bats today. And all those guys, if you're coming out of the SEC, you're coming out of major college baseball, you're probably high A ready right out of the deal. So that fits right with, where Wolcott is at now, where Savala is at now, maybe probably a step below where Gonzalez is, a step and a half maybe below where Cuero is. But that's the whole idea, is to stack as many guys into this age group as we can and let them all kind of mature and come up together.
Yeah. So you talked about that before. Stacking right now is important for the White Sox because we have talent at different levels, but we also have guys that are going to be graduating at the same time, a la the Baltimore Orioles, where they had it layered, and that's what we kind of want to do. Like we got young talent in the farm system that needs to be layered, brought up at the same time in order to have the team start to be competitive again. Is that what I'm understanding what the layering is, Eric?
100%. I mean, that's where you're at. There's so many holes and so many gaps. And what I'm proud of that I believe is, of course, going to happen with Robert and Crochet being traded is no more Band-Aids. Like you and I have said that since day one. I don't want to see you try to hold on to this value, hold on to these guys at the very last minute, let all their contract value expire, and then just be sitting out on the street. No more Band-Aids.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time, E, and we've been saying that from jump. Like the Band-Aids is killing us.
Oh, it's absolutely killing us. Their biggest one's in left field that has the worst contract on the squad. You know what I mean? Value-wise. Yeah. So, I mean, that was 100% a Band-Aid trying to make up. Stack right now, you got a decent, good, probably the best they've had young pitching core. They just added to it with, one of the top 1 or 2, depending on where you ranked him.
Yeah, we're getting ready to talk about him in a second.
Yeah, you just added to it. And then you're going to you'll use Crochet, use Robert to go get you some more offensive tools with some of the guys you added today. Then the same thing you did in the international draft. There's 3 or 4 ways to like, add to your deal. But adding all those young guys, real young guys in the international drafts and throwing 10, 12 bullets at it makes a ton of sense. And then you come in here. So like, I see what's going on. Let's see how they operate and see how they do. And I'm hoping they continue to flip people to keep getting players right in this arena for right now.
Yeah. And I think we talked about it yesterday when you and I were speaking when the draft was going. It's all about slotting. Yep. And I think that the front office understands contract situations and then how they're going to project service time for these guys and how we're going to pay guys to, like slotting is what I'm trying to get to, right? So, I mean, I don't think this guy that we're going to talk about has any issue with that, but I think some of the guys that we've drafted in these later rounds are the ones that we're going to be talking about with slotting,
Yeah, so like the White Sox historically have been willing to spend in the draft, overpaying a few slots, and they throw in the one cheapie guy, right? Like, and people get all excited about some of the dudes because they're college seniors, but college seniors are usually almost free. Like our friend of the program, Taylor Broadway, that we drafted, he was the cheap guy that signed White under. Tim Elko, no difference. Like there was never really a plan for Tim Elko to probably ever make the White Sox roster. It was more of he's a senior guy. Maybe somehow he finds out something in the deal, but it was never a pick they were banking on. Is take a college senior, pay him tremendously under slot, save the money so you can draft somebody else with the upside a little later on.
Right.
And I think we just saw that in the 6th round. We don't know the slot value just yet,
right.
But I think the catcher from A&M they took in the 6th round, when the slot value comes out, he's going to be that guy. And I think here in the 8th or the 9th, we're going to see a high school kid. They're going to try to draft and try to get him out of their commitment, or maybe even a college sophomore.
Yeah. So I want to just kind of get into it real quick. The White Sox have been such a disappointment this year for me. Last year I was at the park probably, I don't know, 15, 16, 18. I was a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
I was there a lot last year. And I did not renew my season ticket status this year. And I've only been to 2 games this year, only because it was opening day.
Yeah.
And then I could not resist going with Justin and then meeting up with some of the guys, some of my friends, some of the guys that I've rocked with from day one on Twitter.
Sure.
And that was a pretty good day, but I haven't been since. And so I think that it's time to start thinking outside the box as far as building the White Sox back up, Eric. And I think a lot of the things that people want when the draft is concerned, or as the roster construction is concerned, or the trade deadline is coming up soon, we have to be mindful that reality is what reality is. And the reality of it all is that we suck. We need a lot of shit to be competitive.
And I'll even take that one step further because I see a lot of people complaining on White Sox Twitter.
Yes. Talking
about like, I can't believe that they pulled Chris Flexen after 97 pitches or 89 pitches. He could have went one more inning. Or I can't believe they sent down this reliever. They sent down this. The problem that people have to understand right now, and people aren't going to like this, but winning ball games is not the number one priority of this ball club right now.
It's not.
What it is protecting possible value and possible deals. Chris Flexen has a chance to get us a piece here come the deadline. I mean, he's a starting pitcher that can eat some innings. He's on a 1-year deal. Yeah. Us going out to win the 31st or 32nd or 34th ball game and throwing him under 100 pitches makes 0 sense.
What is our record? What is our record right now? Who fucking knows?
I know we have 70 losses. I saw everybody was tweeting all that stuff. I know it ain't very good.
Like, what is the White Sox record? Hold on. Let me see what the White Sox record is.
27 and 71.
27 and 71. So
let's winning your 28th game and sending your possible guy that has value out there for sending him under 100 pitches makes 0 sense. Like, at least put some thought into your tweets about I can't believe they're mismanaging that. The number one job of Grifol right now is not to win that ball game. It's to protect anybody that has value. People are upset that Crochet threw 2 innings on Friday night or whatever. I think it was Friday night. Everybody was all mad. 2 innings? Are you serious? Are you serious with 2 innings? Like, listen, he's the most valuable trade asset potentially at the whole entire deadline. They are not sending him out there to rack up innings and try to win ball games. They're just not. Same when it goes to bullpen usage. You're going to see guys that you don't want to see in high leverage spots because it's their job to protect anybody they can possibly trade.
Yeah, like, you know, it's amazing how people just are nearsighted.
Yeah,
like, they're so nearsighted that we can't understand that. We can understand it, Eric. You and I and some of our friends that we have in this baseball world of ours understand that Garrett Crochet, as Justin just said, he's not going to go out and pitch 100 fucking pitches again. No. He's not.
Well, next time he does, it'll be in somebody else's uniform. It's not going to be in ours.
Exactly. You know, it's like you like you said, protection of value is the most important thing right now.
There's a reason why Robert is still DHing, why Robert is still getting every third or fourth or fifth day off. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, like Eddie Fetty is another name that we haven't really spoke of too much, but he has value. He built value while he was here. When he first came, that was our number one. Can he do it? And he has. Yeah. And we were like, yep, we're going to flip his ass at the fucking deadline.
Well, not only that, I know people are questioning, people are going on, but let's give credit where credit is due. The White Sox got somebody for Robbie Grossman. The White Sox are going to get somebody for Eric Fetty. Adding that second year for that $5 million in that contract raises Fetty's value so much, I can't even tell you. Having a starting pitcher of his caliber on the books for $5 million next year, he's going to get us a decent piece back, all because of the contract and adding that second year to it. They're going to get somebody for Pham. They're possibly going to get somebody for Lopez and Dijon. Like those 1-year deals that told everybody the White Sox were never signing years ago, and people were upset about it when you and I first started this show, are now need to be a big part of this rebuild. They didn't sign Pham because they thought they were going to help him win 24 or 25 ball games instead of 21. They signed him so they could trade it. Like there's literally a $50,000 clause in his contract if he gets traded. Like because he knows he's getting traded. Like everybody knew it. So, I mean, let's give a little credit there on some of the 1-year pieces. Flexen can get us a piece. Some of these 1-year guys that were added that are going to get us some pieces back here in the next 2 weeks.
All right, so let's just start this. Let's just get into the draft a little bit, Eric.
Yep.
Our what happened when we first, we called each other, and you and I were talking yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, where are we going? Where are we going? We were on the phone when the Sox drafted this young man.
Yeah.
And it so happened to be Hagen Smith.
Yeah.
Hagen Smith with the fifth pick. The Chicago White Sox drafted Hagen Smith out of Arizona. He's a Razorback, left-hand pitcher, number 5 in the top 250. Okay, Eric, and while we were talking, I was like, God damn, that arm slot is insane. And
no, he looks a lot like Rodon.
And you said, and somebody put Rodon and him, side by side.
Yeah,
and I was like, holy shit, he looks a lot like Rodon.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing that I actually liked about it, and some people may disagree with me, but even in fantasy, I'm looking for pitchers who's already had Tommy John.
100%.
I'm looking for pitchers who's already had Tommy John.
100%.
I don't need a pitcher that is going to get Tommy John in the next 2-3 years. He's already had it. He's already figured it out. Thank you, Hagen, for I'm not saying thank you for hurting yourself, but thank you for having Tommy John right now is almost necessary for pitchers. You're not going to spin the same way. Justin said that he sees that a mix of Al Leiter and Mitch Williams. Slot is uncomfortable for right-hand hitters, and I agree. And so in that vein, Eric, I do have a little bit of Hagen's fucking 17 strikeout inning. And
Game.
the scout said he's never
Mike
seen
Shirley was at that game.
right.
Like,
he said he's never
was saying
seen
he's never
that.
seen a college pitcher just work a lineup like he worked it, like he already knew what he was doing. He had a plan, right?
Yeah. So let's just look at a little bit of this.
Prove his secondary pitches. He's added a new split finger. His fastball command is outstanding in home runs.
Struck him out.
Swing early.
Program history. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, given the weather conditions, we all understand that. It's tough to pitch in those conditions.
Struck him out.
What they do for us, and that's helped us win.
And you just got to give a tip of the hat to Matt Hobbs and the work that he's done to develop.
The other, Brady Casper. Number 9.
You have those conversations, and you're exactly right, Brant. Everything, when you have coaches say, well, why would you go play at Oregon State? They don't even have a conference next year.
That's a dozen. To win a national championship this season, one of the top lineups in the country. And swing and a miss. 1 game 2, and then they won the series on Kevin A. 16. An unreal performance continues for Hagen Smith.
Matter of fact, I had all 17 on there. I thought I cut it. I forgot.
I cut
it.
Well, I think the overall number 1 pick was in that game. I believe he went 0 for 3 with 3 Ks against Hagen.
So yes, he did. He did go 0 for 3 in 3 at bats. Eric, I want you to talk about him because I got to run and go take a leak.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I want to say out of those 17 strikeouts, I want to say at least 9 of them were in the zone.
Yeah, there was a lot of chase there a little bit. They weren't seeing it very well at all.
9 of them were in the zone. And what, like 6 of them were looking?
Yeah.
Shit was insane.
They were so scared those little fastballs held up and they thought they were breaking out of the zone. Then they stood there. Just looked.
I just one thing about Hagen Smith that I saw that he is extremely confident.
If you are wearing the number 1 Friday night pitching slot, and for those who don't follow college baseball, Friday night's a night. They play a 3-game series, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. And the Friday night spot is your ace. Usually have 1 game during the week, but it's usually just kind of a tune-up practice game. Occasionally big games, but Friday night's your ace. If you're wearing that in the SEC for a top team at 20 years old, and you're that guy, and this is the kind of stuff you deliver, that's the reason why you get drafted number 5. Because SEC baseball is different.
And we've said that for the last couple of years.
It's different.
Since we started, SEC is different. If you're getting kids out of South Carolina, if you're
South
getting
Carolina,
kids out of Florida,
LSU,
getting out of LSU,
Georgia,
if you get kids out of these teams,
like you name it, Texas A&M,
yeah,
like you name it.
Like you just have to understand, like it's a different level of competition. Just like in football, in baseball, it's the same fucking thing.
These guys coming out of SEC are high A, low AA ready the second they walks on campus. They don't even need to go to Kannapolis. They might send them there just because.
Yeah, Justin and I had an argument yesterday, and he said Hagen Smith is going to skip rookie ball, and he might even skip Kannapolis. And I said, I don't think so.
They usually just send him there for a week or 2 just because.
And that's what I said. He has to go for at least a week. He has to go for at least a week.
He'll go a little bit just to go through it, but he might skip it. But at least it's not as crazy as Frank Thomas and Scott Merkin, who are trying to put him in the rotation next year. Like Jesus Christ, boys. I'm excited too, but let's calm down. He's 20 years old, and he ain't ready for the pitch in a Major League Baseball team. I got to read one of my idols, Frank Thomas and Merkin, be like, man, he's put him in crochet next year. I'm like, he ain't pitching in the major leagues next year.
Speaking of Merkin, he did speak with him, or he caught a piece of his interview, and I love this. Hagen said, I feel like I was one of the best pitchers, the better pitchers in the draft going into it. I feel like I've put a lot of work into it to be that way. So like I said, he's extremely confident. And you should, Merkin said you should see him soonish with the big team. So, I mean, I told Justin last night, like, he's going to rookie ball. He's going. If he's there for a week, that's fine. But he's not going to skip rookie ball altogether. He'll be in Kannapolis, and we'll be talking to Daniel Victor very soon about what he looks like. And I think
you know what's interesting too is both teams, the Dash and Kannapolis,
right,
both won their first halves.
Right, exactly.
Well, these kids can go down and pitch in the playoff games or play in the playoff games for their team in the playoff games. So you could see Hagan possibly, depending on timing, pitch for both squads. I can see him doing 1 start or 2 starts in Kannapolis and then going to the Dash for their playoff deals. They're going to want him to finish. I agree with Justin. They're going to want him to finish in high A and not rookie and not low A.
Right.
Because that's usually the White Sox MO, is give him a little taste.
He's going to end with the Dash at the end.
And then bring him back with the Dash and then start kicking him up. Start kicking him up, right? Like they like to give him a small taste of what they're into for the following year towards the end of the season. But theoretically, the competition level is already high A or better because the SEC is that good. Like it's already high A or better.
Yeah, like I just think that the drafting of him, a lot of people are saying is signaling the exit of Garrett Crochet. They're saying that they hate the fact that Garrett Crochet is leaving the White Sox when you could have a rotation of Garrett Crochet, Drew Thorpe, Hagen Smith, Iriarte, and fucking whoever the fuck else next year. And this is my softball pitch to you so I can go piss. But at the same time, Eric, I need you to, while I'm gone, I need you to talk to the people about the value of Garrett Crochet and the reason why Hagen Smith was the perfect pitch. In my opinion, he was the perfect pick because of where we are in this transition period to bring in right now, as far as like, and it became even more crystal clear when we picked another left-handed pitcher a few picks later. So can you just like let the people know like why Garrett Crochet is so heavily regarded and why we're 85 to 90% sure he's gone.
Yeah.
And then the reason why
I would even go higher, but yes.
And then the reason why Hagen Smith's draft pick at the number 5 was the ultimate signal of this is why we're going this way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, very good. Yeah, so I mean, it would be different. I don't disagree with the people that are like, it'd be great. It could be this, it could be that, but you'd have to extend him. The reason why Crochet is so valuable right now is he's still on his rookie deal. He's still not making very much money, and you're talking about a potential frontline prospect. But the problem is the White Sox are so many players short of ever being competitive. All you're doing every day that goes by is his value is dropping, and you're running out. And you have to use it because you're not going to be competitive next year. You're not going to be competitive probably the year after that. You're going to maybe start being fringe, hopefully at best. So, you have to look at a guy that at one point, I haven't looked and I can, but you were talking $65 million worth of assets that can be added for Crochet was the trade value just because of the numbers that he is putting up, along with the fact that he's not owed a ton of money because he's still on his rookie deal. I think he made $800,000 this year. So it's a lot of these people don't understand what the CBA did for the competitive deals on the taxes of teams. But people looking for this kind of a deal would have to pay $30 million for a pitcher like this, and they can get one that's going to make $800,000, maybe make $10 million next year, then maybe 12 after that. So that's the reason why all the value that Crochet has currently with the squad. And then drafting Hagen, you put another guy like Drew Thorpe's not going to lose any service time this year. Canada's not going to lose any service time this year. Nestrini's not going to learn service time. Bush isn't. Elder isn't. Larte isn't. All these guys that you're adding with are not going to lose any service time. So now you're adding another guy that's got full years of 6 years. Also, too, another thing to understand that's very, very important. If you're going to talk about this stuff, at least give some thought to it. The White Sox, along with other teams, they're not alone, have decided they are not investing in pitchers on extensions. They just aren't. They're not going to do it, right? So the fact that that we know we're not going to extend pitchers. We're not going to pay $150 million, $200, $100 million for pitchers. We're not extending pitchers. You have to dump Crochet at his max peak value. And I'm very happy to see it. They need to continue to do it. The two big moves that I've loved so far that were kind of out of the box, and I hope I continue to see it because this is going to be the difference to me on whether or not Getz can be successful or not, is you have to flip minor leaguers for major leaguers, and you have to be willing to flip major leaguers for minor leaguers. That process should never stop. The problem I had with the last rebuild was fine. They had a shot, right? They were third favorite to win the World Series. They were in the playoffs, had a shot. The problem was they stopped. They didn't do any flipping, no more adding, not a ton, no more moving around. They just kept running back to the same pony until everybody ran out of value. That's an absolute joke show. But trading Christian Mina to the Diamondbacks for Fletcher and then flipping Santos, who had, I don't even know, 5 years of control left, to the Mariners for a draft pick and two younger guys, that's what I want to continue to see, is can you manage that? Because I'll tell you right now, one of the most successful organizations around on the planet for years has been the Atlanta Braves. And if you look at the Atlanta Braves, I
don't care who you are. You can get moved at any moment.
Yeah, and you see what they did with their farm? They were like, here, Oakland, you can have my whole farm. Give me Matt Olson and then give me Sean Murphy, and then they instantly extend them. Like, that's how they got through this rebuild. That's how they could let Freddie Freeman just walk, right? Like, they went and did that stuff. So if you got a cringe team that, like, has a superstar that's running out of arm, it's running out of deals that you think you can extend, they should be on the lookout for that as well. But this is the kind of stuff I'm hoping to see.
So while we've been on the air, the White Sox have picked up two more pitchers.
The one kid out of Pitt.
Yeah, so the White Sox picked up we have a Phil Fox out of Pittsburgh. He's a right-hander, senior. And then we have Aaron Combs out of Tennessee. Once again, another SEC guy.
Yeah.
6'3". God damn. Okay. Yeah. So we got two right-handers. We're gonna get into some of these other guys here in a minute, but I just wanted to make sure that people know that we
very college heavy draft, right? Like,
yeah.
We all knew this is where they should be going.
Well,
it fits the mold of what they're trying to build right now. You're hoping some of these guys break out and break with the other clubs, because a lot of these guys, ACC, SEC, Pac-12, ACC, SEC, like a lot of these guys are going to be able to walk right into high A next year or higher.
Yeah, so we went college pitcher. You want to talk about Appel? We're going to get there.
Yeah.
Coach of
I
Carolina.
want to talk a little bit here too.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this kid. Let's just get back to it. Let's get back to it, Eric. I'm gonna remove this. And Eric, you said this at the beginning of the year. You did not think Crochet was going to get paid anyway.
No. And there's no chance they paid him.
And I want to make sure that the people understand. You had it in your mind. Crochet had value. His value exceeded an extension with the White Sox.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, well, first let's talk risk. This is the first time Crochet has ever pitched this many innings. He's historically already had arm problems. We don't know how he's going to bounce back. It's great he added that cutter this year, but what happens every time? We talk about it all the time, right? What happens after – this is basically almost his rookie year because it's the first time he started. First time a lot of hitters have seen him. What's going to happen possibly next year when players start adjusting, players start seeing stuff? You think he's going to have this much success as he's currently having?
Nope, he's ready for Peralta next year.
I would bet against it. I would bet against that. And also, too, like, with what their contracts are and what they're making, and the upside that he has, like, for the short period of time, you have to be willing to take the $60 million. I just looked it up. His trade value is, on the high side, is 70.2.
What?
You're talking really? $70 million in prospects. $70 million worth of prospects is what he's worth. And people want to pass on that and just watch that number just plummet and then add nothing. Like,
hey, Seattle, send everybody.
Yeah, right. Like
Right.
Baltimore, come on down. Like let's
Baltimore,
talk about this, right?
send everybody.
Yeah, like
Hey, Phillies, send everybody.
yeah, anybody that wants to get in the market, like come on. You know what I mean? Like he is unbelievably. By the way, the number 2 prospect right now, or trade value wise, in the White Sox organization is Noah Schultz. Just for the record.
Well,
so everybody that laughed at us when we told them they were number 1 prospect a year and a half ago can go ahead and kiss my ass. That's fine.
Yeah, well, no, we said it. You said it. I said it. We love Noah Schultz when he got picked. There is a caveman mentality still out there. And I hope that the second pick of the draft kind of like help the cavemen out there cope with you know, feeling like you have to draft high school shortstops. Okay. So here we go. The White Sox with the 43rd pick Caleb Bones, right? Number 71 in the top 250 out of high school in Michigan. So I had a little clip of Caleb's swing, and I wanted you to see it. I don't know if you saw it, but
yeah, if it's that right-handed bomb that he hit.
I mean, it sounded like gunfire, you know.
Yeah, they're already saying he's probably not a shortstop, which is great. I mean, whatever, fine. Who cares? They're drafting for his bat. Sounds like they think he's strong enough to stick at third. But like, this obviously was a kid that they wanted because these are the picks that I would keep an eye on. Like when picks stick out to you that don't fit the deal, that tells you something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew that this was going to be a very college-heavy draft because you're trying to pair up with your current talent, trying to layer your team properly. Yep. You knew this was going to be a very college-heavy draft.
Yep.
Got they went and got this kid who's not obviously college, not ready, means there's something there they saw that they really, really like. So this would be definitely a kid that, you know, we should bookmark going forward.
Right. And so then right after that, Eric, the White Sox said, you know what? Let's stay true to form. We got a college guy. Let's go get a promising arm that we can develop. Right?
Yeah.
And so they went out and got this young man with the 68th pick out of IMG Academy Baseball.
Who just puts out a ton of kids. I mean,
that's all they do. They just pump out fucking baseball players, you know.
Right.
104 in the top 250, Blake Larson. And I did get a little bit of him, a little bit of clip. So let's just watch a little bit of him. And there is a left-handed bat, or left-handed at bat versus him because he's a lefty. That I was just like, what the fuck was that? Right? In this clip. So here we go. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, I can't wait to show people this. Okay. You right? You ready?
Let's go.
Let me get this out of here. All right. So here's our second round or first round pick right here. Okay.
It's a good idea here in the 6th.
Oh, now that's not him. That's all right. My bad. That's not him. Let's see that again.
Good idea here in the 6th.
Could you fucking imagine being that guy the rest of your life, having that clip on national fucking TV?
No.
And you're just like,
yeah, no. Like, why did you even take the ball? Why did you take the ball? You had to know you couldn't do it. Like, you had to know. Don't even fall for it. Just say your arm hurt that day or something. Don't even fall for it. Don't even take it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? I'm so that video has been on my fucking, it's been in my queue for days, and I said I gotta play it on the show. Yeah. That shit, and he's a lefty too, so it went in line with.
I'm not for sure he's a lefty. He might be a righty. I mean, I don't. That was so bad. I don't know if we're
he doesn't know what he is, Eric.
Right. Right.
That guy doesn't know what the fuck he is. But
he
anyway,
was never a ball player. That much we know.
Yeah, he definitely he wrestled.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Here's Blake Larson. I'm sorry, everybody. If you're watching live, I'm sorry. When you watch this later, I'm just fucking around. All right. So here we go. Blake Larson. Here we go.
What's the first thing you noticed there? Did you see the glove tap?
Yep.
It's interesting.
And you know who else has a glove tap that I fucking love? And I wrote it down, and I don't know what I did with the paper, but there's a picture in MLB right now that has the glove tap.
Yeah.
And I love him. Anyway, I saw that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, I'm just curious. It'd be interesting to pull him up. Now that we got so many minor league clips, maybe even later on this year. He might not even make it to rookie ball. He just might stay in Arizona. But it'd be interesting to see any clips of him if they try to get rid of that or if they think that adds to his deception. It'll be interesting to see what they do there.
Well, I like his high leg kick and his extension.
I mean, listen, like, I've said it a long time ago, and this would be my advice to anybody, especially if anybody's younger and an entrepreneur and they want to get out and do their own thing and run their own businesses. Stay with your strengths. Don't worry about your weaknesses. Don't worry about them. Maximize your strength.
Maximize your strength.
Yeah, don't even worry about your weaknesses. Just let them be. And I have several, but just let them be. Like, maximize your strengths. Well, let's face it. The White Sox have a strength. It's developing left-handed pitching, right? Like, that's their strength.
And as I was in the Army, that was one thing I told my soldiers all the time as I'm training. You're not good at this. Mm-hmm. So let's just say, fuck this for a minute. Let's work on what you're really good at so you're excellent at it.
Yep.
You know? Let's not try to make you a part of a fucking machine that you're not even a cog in.
Right.
Let's just keep you in the machine that you're built for.
Yeah.
And
everybody's got strengths, everybody's got weaknesses, but maximizing, spend more time on your strengths. Spend more time on your strengths.
I told my kids that shit all the time. And I said kids, but my young soldiers, I told them that all the time. I tell my barbers that now as I'm training them how to be barbers.
Well, just look at your trade. You got guys that are famous because maybe they only can do one or two types of cuts, but like they're the world's best at them, right? Or they're known for like that thing. Yeah,
I got a kid right now who won a fucking a nationwide barber show for haircuts, and it was fades. But give him a pair of shears, and he's fucking lost.
That's what I'm saying. No, and there's no reason to try to get better at that. Just maximize what you do. Maximize what you do.
And so, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I think the White Sox understand who they are and how they can go about being successful, and they leaned into who they are very much so the first day of the draft, even the second day of the draft.
Yeah, it's very much, we knew it'd be college heavy. They know we're trying to add to Cuero, Wolkow, Zavala, Gonzalez, Thorpe, Schultz, Mastrini, Elder, Bush. Like, we're trying to, like, add right into that, throw as many people as we can into that deal, knowing in 2 years, it's a big piece of these make up to 26. Now you go trade Crochet and you trade Robert, and you add even more guys right into that pool, and this is your future White Sox.
Yeah, so I mean that is our future White Sox, and I think that people have to understand that because there are some White Sox fans ready to jump the bandwagon once Garrett Crochet gets traded, and I'm like, stop.
I mean, it's such a. If I have to watch one more person on Twitter say the White Sox should sign fucking Winker next year, I'm just gonna throw up in my mouth. Like, what the fuck for?
Yeah,
what? You ain't winning no games next year, and you want to put a veteran that has struggled in and out some deals. So you want to go
right the fuck now.
He can't even field. And are you not listening to like what Getz is going after? We're going to talk about the guy, but like the guy the White Sox drafted in the 5th round pick. No chase, high bat to ball skills, not a ton of slug. Like that's what he's looking for. And that's like, I just can't believe. I have to read one more. Let's go sign. I saw some guy say, let's go sign Winker and your guy from Baltimore, the older left-hander.
Santander.
Yeah, let's go sign both of them. What are they going to do?
No.
You have no shortstop, no third baseman, no second baseman. Vaughn, whatever, average hitter. You still don't really have a catcher yet. You don't have – like, what good are they going to do?
They're not going to do us any good, Eric.
The only thing the White Sox next year need to play in, and we can bookmark this, 7-15, write this down right now. Like, the one thing they need to get into next year is they did it this year with Robbie Grossman, with Pham, with Flexen, with a couple of bullpen pieces, trying to get these one-year deals where we could flip them. Next year, they need to kick that up another notch because they'll be one more closer. I want to see like the $8 or $10 or $12 million one-year guys coming in that we know that we're going to flip at the deadline, giving somebody a 5th spot in the deal, maybe even a $20 million. Like, I'll give you an idea. Like, Chapman was that guy this year. Snell was that guy this year. Bellinger was that guy this year. Some of these guys that are willing to take a one-year deal that we know we're just going to trade them at the deadline, they need to continue that, but I'd like to see them kick that up a notch next year.
You son of a bitch. How did you do something? How did you do something and it just now come? You did something at 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm just now seeing it. I'm just putting that out there. You picked up a guy this morning in fantasy at 8 o'clock this morning, huh?
Oh yeah, 8 o'clock this morning. Yeah, your guy. Yeah.
Yeah, my guy.
Yeah.
I was going to go pick him back up. Thanks, E. Yeah. Awesome. I don't know. It popped up on my phone. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. No,
so you go and pick up my guy. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I cut Barlow. He was one of the old guys for a while. So, like, yeah.
All year, you, me, and fucking Ian and fucking Caleb has just been fucking, not really much Caleb, but me, you, Ian, and fucking maybe, I don't know who else in that group, but we just been, I know Ian for sure has been picking up my guys left and right.
Yeah. You know? No, we're trading the same type of guys. I almost picked up your starter, too, that you cut, but I have too many now.
Yeah, Waldron. Yeah. But anyway, that's fantasy. We're not talking fantasy right now. We're talking Sox future. Hey, Eric, here's my thing. I asked one of our friends last night, what team are you on the phone with right now during the draft and you're dangling Luis Robert? So I'm asking you that question right now. Because you see what direction we're going. Yeah. You asked me about this young kid, Phil Fox. And we're going to talk about him in a second. We're going to talk about Jackson Appel. We're going to talk about Sam Antoncini and Antonasi. You know, all these guys. I got to learn these last names. And we're definitely going to talk about Matt McClain's little brother. Yeah. But I got Luis Robert as an asset. What team am I on the phone with right now to try to receive some value back for him?
Yeah, so the first call that I'm making is you go to the crazy GMs first. There's 3. And I'll rank them in order. The guy in Seattle is absolutely the craziest. Like that guy,
he's number 1.
Trades people just to trade. And he don't use 100% of what I would call normal baseball trade values, doesn't use nothing. And you know I'm in love with that Seattle farm.
Yeah, I know you do.
You're talking about Cole Young, you're talking about Emerson, you're talking about Montos down there, like give me 2 of those 3 guys. You know, give me 2 of those 3 guys, and you can have Robert. Here you go. I'll pack him for you. Send him out there. You know what I mean? Like, that would be number 1. 2, Dave Dombrowski for the Philadelphia Phillies has hated prospects since he was born.
Since the beginning of the time.
He'll just swap them and trade them. Now, the Phillies don't have a ton other than the guy that you picked that I'd probably be interested in, Aiden Miller. Yeah. But, like, outside of that, I'm not interested really in their number 1 prospects, the pitcher, Red Loud or whatever. Like, I'm probably not interested. So, like, maybe Miller. Maybe I think they have Crawford as well.
Crawford is there.
Yeah, they just got moved up, but he's been kind of a punch and Judy, but he has found a little bit of power this year. But, like, you know, maybe there's something you can get done there. And then, like, then you just you're checking. You have to check and see what the Padres are doing because those are the three craziest guys around as far as GMs go that are willing to make moves. And they have the number one international prospect kid that I love that would look very good in our farm. So, like, that's where I'm starting. But
I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine Luis Robert and J-Rod in the same outfield, let alone Luis Robert and Fernando Tatis for the next fucking 10 years. Like, God damn. Either way, I'm just saying
well, the other thing that's interesting too is Seattle's offense is struggling. Their pitching staff has been great.
That I hate. I'm glad you said that. The amount of pressure Luis Castillo, Bryce Miller, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, and whoever and Brian Wu and whoever else they got, the amount of pressure they put on them guys and they still fucking produce is amazing.
And also, like, they lead the league in strikeouts. So obviously he don't give a shit about Chase. He don't give a shit about swing and miss. He don't care about that. Well, here, I got a guy for you. Here's Luis Robert. He chases, he swings and misses. Yeah. And when he hits them, they go. Like, this will also give you a chance to keep him healthy and help keep Rodriguez happy, put one of them in right, or whatever the case.
And what's crazy is Scott Service was the absolute opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they just got guys up there just trying to absolutely just do damage every single pitch. Don't even.
And I mean, it's really sad. I watch a lot of Mariners baseball because I have George Kirby on my fantasy team, and I love Logan Gilbert, who arguably could win the Cy Young this year.
Yeah.
It's just sad. It's sad. These guys.
Well, he can't let this go. Like, they got to do something because Houston's hawking them down right now.
Yeah, Houston.
They had like a 7 or 8 game lead, and I think it's down to like 2 or 3.
Yeah, Houston is that, and they've been hawking them down without King Tuck being there. So it's just like I don't know.
Verlander's been out, and their whole starting pitch can be.
Oh, and he's back. He'll be back in a minute.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like, fantasy baseball leads us to a lot of these different conversations, but I think that Seattle has the assets we're looking for. Emerson. You know how much we love Emerson. We know how much we love
Cole Young,
so on and so forth. And I'm not even gonna stop there. Like, hey, Los Angeles Dodgers, you've been making some stupid moves lately. Hey, there's Andy Pages, Cuero. I mean, not Cuero. Not Cuero. The other, what's the catcher's name? What's his name?
Rushing or something.
Yeah, rushing. Yeah. Send us rushing because he's not going to be a catcher in the major league.
I don't think he's going to be a catcher.
He's not going to be a catcher. We need a first baseman that could take.
But they got, Mariners got that Feline Celestine too. That's like super young, interesting shortstop. Like, But the Dodgers, I mean, DePaula for the Dodgers is the catch.
Yeah, there you go, DePaula. Yeah, that's
they can get the Dodgers. Like, I don't have a lot of interest in Paez and rushing, but if they can get a deal centered around DePaula, come on with it, or whatever. Like, that's – and they have to be – to me, the Dodgers – I know we're going to kick the football here, but they're like the Jim Kelly Bills. Like, a team that's supposed to just win it, they can never get it done. Like, they have one championship, I don't even count it. Yeah, like, it's the COVID year. Like, I don't even count it. Yeah. You all see it right now. Managing through 162 games and managing through injuries is part of baseball. And if you remove that, I'm not giving it to you. You want a tournament.
There's a big bet in our circle of friends that the Dodgers won't win the NL West. And I'm thinking about fading the Dodgers not winning it along with him. The person that made the bet. I think about fading that bet because, like, if you watch the Dodgers play, they play so uninspired, especially without Mookie.
Yeah.
Without Mookie, it's like, I talk about engines all the time. Like the Reds. The Reds are without their 2 engines.
Yeah.
They don't look like the Reds without Matt McClain and TJ Friedl. They are not the same team without those 2 guys.
Yeah.
the Dodgers without Mookie is just they're El Caminos. You know,
It's been a mismanagement, stuff for the last, I don't know how long the Dodgers been good, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
like they just
how come you haven't won one?
They're not set up well for the playoffs, and the bottom half of that lineup is just trash.
It's garbage. 6 through 9 is.
It looks like the White Sox lineup, like it's just trash. I mean, there ain't nobody down there that anybody wants.
Like then with Muncy leaving, it's like not Muncy leaving, but Muncy being hurt, it's like you're just anyway. So let's get into it, Eric. Let's talk about it real quick. Let's get into this. All right, so we already talked about our first three. We talked Hagen Smith. We talked Bones. We talked Larson. Nick McLean, who, if he's anything like his brother, and which he's not, he's a switch hitter. You see that? He's a switch hitter.
Yeah.
Out of Arizona State. And you know how we are about the Sun Devils. Sun Devils produce baseball players. And he comes from a good line of baseball players. So let's talk Nick McLean. He's 5'10". He's a 4-year player, 4-year junior. Let's talk about Nick McLean. What do you know about him?
Not the biggest of numbers last year. Spent a lot of it hurt.
He was hurt though. Yeah.
Yeah, really started to peak towards the end. Tore up the Cape Cod a little bit. Taking a college outfielder here makes a ton of sense. The White Sox are they don't have a lot of outfield prospects in the organization in general. So it made a ton of sense. I mean, obviously high IQ baseball player coming from the family, as in everybody says. Like he was going to possibly go higher if he don't get hurt and don't struggle for the majority of the year. But, they went ahead, and it's been a thing with the White Sox. They don't necessarily let injuries scare them away. They drafted Peyton Pillette off of Tommy John. They drafted Grant Taylor off of Tommy John. They're drafting McLean here, who's spent a lot of it urgent, a little more upside than actual numbers here.
Right. And I think that's the same thing we're going to do. We're talking about with a few of the other prospects that's getting picked, like the one that just got drafted in the 9th round, Jake Young.
Yep.
And he's out of your school.
Yep.
He's out of the University of Iowa. So since he just popped up, I know you've probably talked about him before or seen him before or whatever. Jake Young is intriguing to me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he can stick. He played shortstop. He could definitely probably play there at the next level. Just a scrappy kid, athletic, can make all the plays, very good defensively. This is another college bat that is coming in. Like this, I mean, just look at the run. College.
Yeah, I mean, once we started day 2, it's college.
Yeah, we knew it. We knew that's what they should be doing. This is how layering works. This is what a lot of people don't quite understand. You're going to use the international market to feed the youth of the program, and you use the draft where they're currently at to take the college kids because there's just so much value here.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't, Eric, what does this last number mean over here? What is this? We got, approximate pick value.
That's their slot value there.
That's their slot value.
That's what they're supposed to go for.
Right.
But you look at that number 5 pick, I know we're going to get there, but that was interesting. He was the Division II player of the year, and he's got they're already saying he has zero chase, great bat to ball, left-handed player.
I wonder what this does. Let's see what this does.
Well, I don't know. If you cut and paste it might not be live.
Hold on, let's see. Let's just figure it out. We've been fucking shooting from the hips since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it's
let's
fine.
See. Oh, wait a minute, we got something.
It's not showing it on our screen, though.
It's not. Oh, that's whack. Can't see anything.
Yeah. We can't see anything, or I can't see anything.
Okay, cool. All right, well then, no, it won't. Oh, you know what? That's why. And it's not saying anything. And they're not showing anything they're not showing any highlights, which is whack. Oh, wait a minute. They are showing little highlights. No, never mind. They're not showing any highlights. I see what I got to do. I got it. Okay, so it was another link. So I would have had to go to
yeah.
But it's all good. So Eric, let's talk. You said Casey, what What's that say? Sauce? That look like sauce.
Yeah, it does look like sauce. Maybe
It's
no
like
K.
sauce without it, with a sauce with a K. So sauce. I don't know. Shit.
Saki?
Sawski.
Fauci? Yeah.
Yeah, ACC kid, 6'3", outfielder. Wow, he must got some pop.
He does. Big kid. I don't know if you can
must-
play the clip, but big kid.
He must have some pop. Let's see. Let's see. It didn't give me anything. I clicked on his name.
Another school that made the College World Series, like playing big-time baseball. People say he was the most steady player. I saw one of the guys say he's the most steady player that they had on the squad.
Okay, so right now he has so scouting. Hit 50, power 45, run 40, run 55, arm 55, field 50, overall 45.
I never understood the overall when only one of them was 45. I don't know who does those 20-80 things.
Yeah, they say he spent 2 years playing in the O's organization as a utility player. His son, who was the New York Gatorade Player of 2021. So I guess he's the son of a former major leaguer, as a utility player. So Sauske. Anyway, they said there's some who feel that his best position is. That don't make no sense. What the hell is this? Okay, so the 6'3" right-handed hitter is a good bat speed and a chance to drive the ball to all fields. He's cut down on both his miss and chase rates compared to him in his time at Cape, and his ability to do damage is hitters counts has helped him tap into extra base authority. There could be more power to come as he matures. He was an infielder in high school and has made right field his home at Virginia. So that's Casey Sauske as far as what the scouts have said.
Yeah, and he's 21.
He's
gonna be 21.
He's going to be 21. Yes.
Gonna be 21 here in 9 days. Happy early birthday, I guess.
Yep. And so then we got
we kind of already chatted there, right? He was the Division II Player of the Year. Another if you want to take this seriously, and if you're looking for free agents, you're looking for possible people they're going to reach out to. You just read it. The theme of this front office is they don't chase and they don't swing and miss. And Sam is like your guy. I think Coastal Carolina, for those who don't know, very prestigious program for being a baseball program, for being not a big school.
I've been to a few Coastal Carolina. When I lived in South Carolina, I've been to a few.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but they're actually a very good college baseball program there.
Yeah, so we got a hit 55, power 30.
Yeah.
Run 45, arm 50, field 45. Oh shit, he batted 471 before going to JUCO. And then he topped that at the level. He's hitting, goddamn, 515, 618, 105 runs, 106 hits, 32 doubles, and 103 RBIs. How the fuck do you hit 515?
Yeah.
All right, so then he hit 367 with a 523 on base percentage.
There was a guy I followed pretty hard.
Eric, 523 OBP.
Yeah, crazy.
That's just dumb. Okay.
There was a guy that talked about I follow quite a bit here. Let me see if I can find him, because I wouldn't mind giving him a little shout out. But Jerry, let's see if I can find him. Jeff MLB Draft.
Mm-hmm.
He flat said, he's going to have some comments. I can't go back, but it was funny. He flat said, he does not chase ever, was his quote. Ever.
that quote. He does not chase, end quote.
Yeah. Here you go. White Sox take another favorite of mine. Sam Anticotti, maybe?
Yeah.
Dude doesn't miss or chase ever. That was his quote. So.
All right. So then we had Jackson Appel. You liked him. He's a catcher out of Texas A&M.
I feel like this was our play. Like
for some
we
reason,
talked about the slot value. Yeah.
There are no
we talked about the slot value. I think Jackson's the guy where we saved the money. He's a 5-year starter, 4 years at Penn, went to Texas A&M, high defensive catcher, a little bit of a bat. But I feel like when the slots come out, that 375 is going to be a very low number. And I think that's where we're going to save some money.
Okay, so you're saying his 375
it's going to be like 50,000 or something. Like that's going to save us a few $100,000 that we can spend somewhere else. And I'm interested to see where that comes into play here, because right now it's only been college guys. But don't be surprised if you don't see a high school guy here pop up in the 10th, 11th round.
All right, so you said you had another guy. This was Phil Fox. You sent this to me.
Yeah,
a real Joe Doyle, major league or
minor league. Yeah, he's a minor league guy. Good follow.
Yep. So the White Sox land a real interesting metric guy in Pittsburgh closer, Phil Fox. Mostly one real quality pitch right now, but budding secondaries. So he does have a dynamic fastball, is what they're saying.
Yep.
So it explodes. So you sent me this. That's the reason why it's up here.
So that was the 8th round pick, I think.
Yeah, we picked him up. We picked him up in the. Let's see. We go back here. 7th round. Sorry, 7th round. All right. So then the 8th round, we got. We had
the Tennessee kid.
Yep, Tennessee kid, Aaron Combs, 6'3", pitcher, and then we went pitcher again with Jack Young. And you spoke about him. So the White Sox are just basically staying true to form. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitchers already.
4 college level, all of them 4 or 5 years, minus the one high school kid. They're all going to be able to jump right in that arena with the rest of that talent that we.
Yeah, and then like the number one prospect, and I think people need to be reiterated on this for the Chicago White Sox right now. The number one prospect is Schultz, and if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you, but he is. He's the best pitcher. Noah Schultz is the best prospect on the White Sox. All you Carson Montgomery guys, Colson Montgomery, I get it. He was supposed to be the guy, but as of right now, he's been jumped. He's not the guy that's number one in our farm system right now. He's just.
I respect the work the guys put in, but the days of the Jim Callis, Mayo, MLB top 100 prospect list needs to die. Like, it needs to just go on its way. It served its purpose. But, like, Montgomery was a first round list as a shortstop that was never going to be a shortstop, was rated too high, got too many people's hopes up. Like, it was never going to be a thing. And, like, there's a difference between when you're doing prospecting, in my opinion, there's a difference between possibly making the big leagues and actually being able to be an impact player. Noah Schultz has the chance, i.e. Crochet, of being an all-star.
Yeah, for sure.
For the Chicago White Sox. And to me, that should have been the number one prospect the second he was drafted. Hagen Smith should now be number 2 the second this comes out. They won't do it because they're going to live and die by the Montgomery pick. But, like, until it all the way, they've been sliding, but until it dies, they won't do it. But
yeah, there's a lot of
number 2
who live and die off of every base hit that he has, and they want to consistently fulfill their prediction of him being the number one prospect.
Yeah.
And he hits a base hit. There he is. See, that's my guy. He hits a double. There he is. He hits a home run. Oh my God. Let me post up several videos of this home run. But Colson is just not that guy, y'all.
You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go.
I mean, will we see him with the big club? I think so. I think we'll
give him a shot. I mean,
I think
too much money, and they're not. Of course, they're going to try.
I think we're going to see him in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they have to put him on the 40 at some point, because if not, he's going to be Rule 5 eligible. So they ain't going to lose him there.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So we're going to see him as soon as the trade deadline is over. You'll see your beloved Colson Montgomery.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. I mean, he can't. I mean, I don't know where they're going to put him. I thought it was interesting.
I just don't want him to be PCAAAA.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's always gonna. I mean, listen, the guy can't really beat you with his glove. He's got as many errors as he does home runs in the AAA, and he's playing in a boombox of a stadium.
Yeah,
he can't beat you with his feet. He ain't stealing 25 or 30 bases.
Nope.
So he can't beat you with his glove. He can't beat you with his feet. He's hitting 212 with like a 30-some% strikeout rate in AAA. Like, what path could you possibly see that says top 20 prospect here? I don't get. What are you hoping for?
Yeah, I don't know, E.
I don't know. I just don't. I've never seen the vision since day one on him, and taken a lot of heat for it. And I hope someday I'm wrong. Maybe somehow he hits 300 and hits 20 homers. But how? I just don't see how it's possible.
You know, when we first started this, he was drafted when we first started. You've been on that since day one.
Yeah.
And I was on the other side, like, no, I think he's gonna be good. I think he has this, I think he has that, so on and so forth. It was not until we talked to Daniel Victor where Daniel was like,
right. I don't think he's a shortstop. And all of a sudden, like, you're starting to hear.
And so then when Daniel says it, and then when I'm hearing what you're saying, I said, well, shit, let me just start paying more attention to Kosa Montgomery. And I'm like,
And if you're really bored, if somebody out there is really bored and you want to try to defend him, please send me as many opposite field hits as you can send me. And if you can find an opposite field home run, I'd love to see it, because you won't find one.
Hey, Walco got more than him in his first 2 weeks in AA.
Like, I use the argument when people were big on Colas, because I was not. But you know that Sosa had a better AA career than Colas did, and I hated both. Zavala at 18 years old did more damage in high A than Colson did. Like, people just there's just a different levels of talent. You have to be able to beat this game in multiple facets. Otherwise, if you just slump, like, I'll give you an example. When Andrew Vaughn slumps, he is absolutely no good to this baseball team, because he ain't going to really beat you with his glove. He ain't going to beat you with his feet. Same with Gavin Sheets. Same with several of these other White Sox players. So, like, you have to have a deal. Can you beat them? Can you beat a team, or can you help be productive when you slump? Because you're going to slump. I don't care who you are. It's going to happen.
I mean, at the end of the day, we started this thing off with, we started off with a bunch of bullshit, but at the end of the day, like, we started this thing off with, where are the White Sox going? No one should be thinking about contending for the next couple of years.
No,
we're not there. We're not the Baltimore Orioles.
But this is what I've been looking forward, and this. This is what I've been looking forward this month, these next 2 weeks, for the entire season. Because these trades that are coming, because everybody's going. If they can get anything, they're all going. Like, you name a player, and if he
has a dollar value to his name, he's out of here.
He gone. Like, they're going to try to possibly use money to trade Makata, possibly use money to trade Eloy. Flex is probably gone. Vaughn's name's already circled in a couple of places. He could possibly be gone. Robert's gone for sure. Crochet's gone for sure. Fetty gone for sure. You're going to see some bullpens. Kopech gone. Like, you're going to see guys, but like this next 2 weeks, pairing it with the deal, the White Sox are going to have, considering they're probably robbing from Baltimore, possibly, or Seattle, they're going to have, I don't know, number 2, number 3 farm going into the international draft, going into next season. And those kids are going to come up together. And then if you want to talk about contention, you're talking 26 minimum.
Can we get Kobe Mayo from
I know.
Please? Can we get Kobe?
I don't know if they'll move him now, but man, that'd be a great fit.
Or
the other kid that's catcher first base. I'm not excited, but like
Basalo. Yeah.
Basalo, yeah.
Yeah. Can we get him?
Yeah. I would love to send Crochet there for Basalo and send Robert over to Seattle for a couple of those young guys, and like, let's go.
If you don't mind, since y'all got so many of these motherfuckers, can you send over like Heston Kjerstad?
Yeah.
No.
Well, in one of the biggest one of the biggest misconceptions.
That's how I feel. That's how I like the
and one of the biggest misconceptions about the college draft is people aren't used to it. They're used to the NFL or they're used to the NBA.
Yeah.
They're used to drafting positions. You don't do that shit in the Major League Baseball draft.
No, you do
not.
not.
And if you need any proof, did you see who the Royals drafted? I mean, the Orioles drafted. They drafted Vance Honeycutt, a senior outfielder, from a deal when they don't need one. They have Kelsey Erstad. But you draft the best available player that you could possibly get your hands on because the chances of them working out are almost slim and none. So
how about this? How about the Mariners, who have really truly been the crown jewel of pitching development?
Yeah.
Picking a switch pitcher.
Yeah.
In the first round. Like they literally picked a switch pitcher, meaning this kid throws 99 right-handed, 95 left-handed fastballs. Has command and left-handed off-speed shit, command right-handed off-speed shit. Like, what the fuck?
What's weird about him, too, is I don't know if you watch much, but like he's a right hand is his strength.
Yes.
But even when he faced a left-hander, he didn't always go lefty. Unless it was that guy's true weakness, then he went ahead and did it. Like, you know what I mean?
Like he would switch it. Like the scouting on the batter determined which way he was going to pitch him.
So tonight, I want to make an example. The home run derby, I think Adley Rutschman changed it forever last year when he hit from both sides of the plate. I think you'll see the same thing out of Jose Ramirez tonight because they don't get as tired. So now what I'm curious is, could this kid in Seattle just drafted, can he go like 7 or 8 innings because he can do 5 innings with one arm and 3 arms with the other, no matter the pitch count? Like, I'll get to 100 my right hand, then I'm just going to switch. Give me another 35 or 40 with my left.
That would be fucking wild.
That way I can always
that just kind of just fucking disrupts the norm in Major League Baseball right now.
Yeah, you know, say you're going against the Dodgers and you got Ohtani and Freeman, you know, back to back, and maybe Muncie's in there or something. You're just like, all right, this inning I'm going to go left-handed, save my arm for my right. I'll come back next inning and get a few arms on the right-hand side, like, and I'll be able to go 7 or 8 innings.
That would be fucking insane.
Yeah, the kid's going to be an icon. He's going to have kids. You know,
that switch glove is insane.
He's going to have kids trying it right now at home. Kids right now because of this young man are going to be at home.
The switch glove is crazy. The switch glove,
it's
insane. Like, how do you have a switch glove?
Right.
Like
extra thumb in it, right?
Like you literally went and had this manufactured for you.
Yeah.
No one else is like you. You're a fucking unicorn.
Yep.
Like Ohtani's a unicorn, but you, sir, are a unicorn.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, there are so many unicorns in this world, and you are one of them.
It's going to be really interesting to see.
And hold on. Let me just do one thing before we start to get up out of here. Let me do one thing. I am very interested in something. As we're talking, let me just kind of go and see what we have going on right now in the draft, because there's one particular team that I'm very interested in. And it's probably a team that you don't think I'm interested in, but I'm very interested in them. Let's see. Let's see if I can go. Yep, I can. So, all right. So there's a particular team that I'm very interested in. You see that? Can you see it? You can't see it.
I can't see it. Oh, here it comes.
Here it goes.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I don't know why I'm intrigued by this fucking team, but the moment they picked this kid, I said, what the fuck? Like, what is the Rockies doing? They're finna try to load up and just beat the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like, look at all these pictures right here. But this right here, Clemson, Texas, Georgia.
Yep.
Bats.
South Carolina, bat, right? Like catcher, yeah.
Right. So it's like, okay, like, what are they going to do? They're going to try to beat the fuck out of people in Coors. Yep. You know?
That's, and he was overall, a lot of people.
Well, number 1 overall, yeah.
Yeah, if we talk about it, like, we want to talk about 2025 FYD, your first-year player draft, he's probably 1-1.
No, I agree. I agree. And, Caglione is up there because of his possible, dual duty.
Yeah.
Stuff. But for me, this kid is number one.
I think so.
And he won't spend a lot of time in the minors. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at the Rockies are intriguing to me.
Yeah.
You and I have all year. I've had Toglia on my team fantasy wise.
Yep.
Tolia, not Toglia, Tolia. And I have him back on my team now. I had him early. I found him. I said, who the fuck is this switch hitting fucking massive monster that plays in fucking Coors Field? Holy shit. Big Mike. Right?
Yeah.
I drafted Tovar. You know that's my guy. I just traded him away. I'm sorry.
Doyle's been hot.
Doyle, right? Rogers.
Yeah.
They needed somebody.
McMahon can play. Like they're not as far off as it might seem.
They needed somebody to take the place of Blackman.
Yeah.
That was the number one reason. Now, when they picked up Connor, I said, well, thank you for all you've done for us, Charlie Blackman. Thank you so much. But this is your replacement.
Yeah.
The
biggest problem they had there, and it'll set back franchises forever, especially if you're in mid-market, is they just whiffed on Chris Bryant. So
that's I'm glad you went there.
Because you got to be careful. You got to be careful when you're a mid-market team and you're not the Dodgers, Yankees, whatever. Like you can't whiff on that. That's going to set back your organization 5-6 years.
Yeah, they whiffed on Chris Bryant.
Yeah,
there's Blake Wright there.
There goes just $100 million you just kissed out the window of like every year.
Yeah, like this kid was picked in the 4th round. Right there. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I just love it because we still haven't parlayed fantasy with everything that we're talking about, and we will. But fantasy kind of just drives my thought process. Thank you. Shout out to Dan Goodwin of the Three Kings. Me and him made a deal. I have Alec Bohm on my team now, going into the second half to go along with my studs is coming back off the thing. I have to compete with Eric, who's fucking running away with the league again, and it's pissing me off. I need a way to compete with him and Caleb and
it definitely made your team stronger for sure.
Oh my God, I needed somebody. I needed another stabilizer, and so
speaking of trades though, man, did Mac fuck that thing up today or what?
I don't know. I don't even know.
The only problem is I don't know if he realized, maybe he did, but there's only 7 weeks left.
Yeah.
Tatis isn't playing for the next 3 for sure.
Yeah.
He hadn't even started baseball activities up yet. So, you're going to trade away Acuna for the 4 weeks. Do you know who Mac plays 3 the next 4 weeks?
The top 6.
9. Mm-hmm. Plays 9 this week. Then he plays Caleb. Then he skips and he plays me.
Yep. And then
he could have made that trade. Our deadline isn't for a month. He could have waited to make sure Tatis was healthy, make sure he didn't fall out of the playoffs. He could have waited and done it in a month. Yeah. Like it was such a risky move for him. It's bad. Like in my opinion, it was just bad.
Yeah, I don't know because you drafted him. You gave me 1, 2, 3 in your minors for that guy.
No. You're talking about Holiday. Acuna, he traded for me.
No, what I'm saying is, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. I wasn't even involved with the Acuna trade.
No, like he gave me his 6th pick and swapped me in the 2nd and gave me his 3rd.
Okay.
For Acuna. But I mean, my fear is, it's such a risky move, and he could have made that trade right at the deadline. He could have waited. If he loses to 9 this week, he's probably in a long shot to even make the playoffs. But he could have waited 2 or 3 weeks to make that move.
He needs a week like he had against me last week to even keep up with 9.
Because, that was just, to me, that was a crazy trade that didn't have to be made at this very second. Like, if he got back really into it and he was there and he wanted him for sure for the playoff run, but if Caleb and I beat him, his season's over. And we're all going to be favored to beat him.
Yeah.
Don't make me do, because, anything can happen, but I was shocked.
Yeah, he would have to literally have consistent weeks of how I lost to him last week because I went for the win. Yeah, and that's just how I feel about it. Everybody be like, fuck all that. Stop your excuses. No, I went for the win. I grabbed more pitchers. On Saturday and Sunday so that I could try to get a win rather than lose. And it backfired, so I lost. Yeah. Okay, so be it. But At the end of the day, he has not hit 282 in a week this whole fucking season.
Well, his roster's mismanaged. It's terrible. If you look up at the season stats, he's like 12th and 11th in hits, home runs and RBIs, and he's like 4th in hits, 1st in strikeouts, worst, and like 3rd in stolen bases. Like he drafted 17 of the same player. He's got like Aaron Judge and Aaron Judge Jr. throughout his whole entire lineup. Like it's not even like he has no other type of play. There's no versatility there. But I just didn't understand the move because
I didn't either. But
Tatis can't even play for 3 weeks, and like he could have gotten 2 or 3 players that he could have played right now for Acuna. You know what I mean? Somebody would have gave him 2 or 3 starters that he could inject right now. It could have made a big difference on his team. I didn't get it at all.
And that's where when I say I don't know, I would have went. I need players now for Acuna.
I mean, Tatis might not play for 5 weeks. His season could be over.
And I said I don't know also because
Tatis, if he's still in it, Tatis, Judge, Gunnar is very formidable. You know, if he gets to the last few weeks of the season and he's still in it. Like for you, like you have your team pretty much set. Naylor, all these guys that you have, they just fucking hit. They just fucking rake. All week.
I don't want it to sound bad, Ray, but I'm bored. Like my team's done for the most part. Like I picked up a couple of pitchers, gave me some quality starts. Like my roster's set.
I get it. Like
I'm running with J-Ram, Julio, Turner, Naylor. I'm getting back Trout and TJ Friedl. I have Yelich. Like it's just like I'm done.
It's like you're just like on cruise control, and I want to get there. That's why I picked up Bone, so that once King Tuck comes back, once Kerry Carpenter comes back, and once Matt McClain comes back, I'm on cruise control too. I won't have to even think about matchups or anything. I just did. You play, you play. You don't, you don't.
I was partially talking shit with Duke when I said I'm going to actually try this week. I was going to work on my minors, but some of that was true. Like I wasn't even going to pick up anybody. I was just going to run it.
Yeah, and his minors were so terrible, and I was part playing, but until I really looked at it, I was like, God damn, his minors are terrible.
People aren't even making moves to change their minors. Like
it's all good. We can't tell everybody all the secrets, Eric.
I mean,
you and I talk so much on the side.
Listen. Like at some point, I'm just going to make a plea to our league. At some point, quit getting your fucking head kicked in and learn and adjust. Like. Yeah. Stop thinking you know something and quit losing and think, oh, man, I know something. No, you don't. You're getting your fucking head kicked in. You don't know anything. Adjust. Learn. Get better.
Yeah. And then Justin said to you.
Send Marte, You don't even have a player worth probably trading for Marte. You need to rebuild. Quit trying to get major league players. Like, rebuild. Work on your minor league system. Get draft picks. Every time I see a stat on Justin's deal, like I saw one that said Bobby Witt, Ohtani, and Duran was on a deal. I'm like, which guy traded 2 of these 3 guys this year? I'm like, oh, yeah, Justin. Next time I'll see a stat, which guy traded 2 of these 3 guys? Justin.
Yeah, and Corbin Carroll, who's about to start fucking lining it up now.
Yeah, he got passed around like 3 or 4 different.
And I couldn't believe that he got passed around like a $2.
Dude, him and Ellie De La Cruz, who is like can single-handedly win you like 2 categories in a week, maybe 3.
But you just gave up on O'Neal. Now this motherfucker Ian has O'Neal Cruz and Ellie De La Cruz on the same team.
I asked him, "Are you trying to start like a Cruz collection over there, or like what's your status?"
I get it. He Justin said, "Fuck them, they're $2 whores." Anyway, I love it. I love it. I'm warning to see. So next time we talk, Eric, we'll be talking. So we just got another draft pick, 2 of them actually. Before we go, just to update us.
What do we got
here? We have.
Did you pick the high schooler yet?
Nope. We went.
That's Colorado.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, never mind. Then that's not us. Oh shit! What did we do? Yeah, we did. We went. We went.
Raging Cajun, another college outfield bat, 4 years. Raging Cajun.
Yeah.
One of the best nicknames, by the way, I believe. I like Raging Cajun as a nickname.
Yeah. So Cole McConnell
is our last pick before we get up out of here from Louisiana Tech. Outfielder, 6'1", 210. Yep.
You can definitely tell that the outfield has been a focus for the White Sox ever since Getz came in. Like Fletcher, LaRoche.
Yeah.
Like these guys, they're adding now. Like you can tell they're trying to add.
Yeah. The fact they call you Big CPU is fucking hilarious. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, let's just get up out of here. It was a great show. Thank you for everybody. I mean, we only had a few because of all the.
Yeah, but that's all right. Thanks for those few.
We're fine. And so guess what? We're gonna get us back on Twitter. We're gonna start streaming back on Twitter. You know, make sure when you come to YouTube, you like, subscribe, and comment and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, we do this for the love of it, and so we can talk White Sox. We do this.
Just try to shed some light.
So we
try to help.
Just try to educate a little bit.
Different opinion. I can remember when we started, we had to explain what OPS and WRC plus even meant to people.
Yeah, WRC plus is one of the first things we taught people.
Yeah, VBR is coming, Justin. VBR is coming. It's a new savant. You better get ready for it, Justin.
He's already. I told him don't look it up, and he went and did it.
He went and did it. He couldn't help himself.
He couldn't help himself. So, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I just want us to continue to just do what we do, and I don't give a damn about the followers. I just want it's the love of what we do that keeps me going.
Yeah.
So, but I do want us to continue to stream on Twitter because that's where we started. So I'll make a way. Yeah, I'll make a way for that to be a thing, and then we'll go from there. All right. So let's just cut this off in here. Eric, you get up out of here. So
I like Jose Ramirez tonight in the home run derby. I think he's going to hit both sides of the plate and stay fresh.
I love it.
That's my theory.
I love it. I can't wait to see Jose Ramirez. Even
I wonder if he's going to use both sides because I think Rushman changed it all.
Yeah, dude. When we played, that motherfucker would not stop hitting the baseball. I hated that.
Dude,
watching him in fantasy is just like watching a slow death because you know he's not going to stop.
Between him and Naylor on Cleveland, and then Terang and Yelich on the Brewers, like they're just like stacking runs. My runs are just been so sick.
Yeah. So Thomas Nestico just tweeted me back because I asked permission to use his tweet on damn, what's his name? What's our number one pick's name? Hagen Smith. Yeah. So he just gave me permission, but I'll do it next time. You know Thomas gives us the heat
the charts,
the charts. So I want to use that, but I didn't want to do it because I did it before without asking him. I wanted to ask him this time. So
it
is what it is. I mean, he
worked hard. We should maybe friend him up, have him come on and explain it, so some of these other guys can pick up better pitchers.
And with that, let's get up out of here. We're gonna cut the lights off in this.
All right, buddy.
All right.
We'll see you tonight for the home run derby.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
All right, y'all. Hey, y'all have a great